What up everyone, it's your man XManny87 here, bringing you another G.I. Joe video, and what I have for you today is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Iron Grenadiers Metalhead Deluxe action figure review. Before we get into everything, if you could please drop a like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's go! Metalhead first appeared in Marvel Comics G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue number 114. Metalhead is Destro's anti-tank specialist for his Iron Grenadiers and was also hired by him to be a double agent with a hidden objective to spy on Cobra Commander and to possibly discover any secrets if the commander had planned the attack on Castle Destro. Metalhead's first encounter against the Joes left them completely stunned as his insanely advanced missiles made them retreat. He walked up to them like a boss on foot, even in their armored vehicles. He has a thrill for the violent extremities. This is due to his unstable and extreme personality. He's equipped with his invention of breakthrough portable missile launcher strapped to him as a backpack where he doesn't need to pull a trigger. Instead, the HoloLens in his visors lays out the target feed for him and can commence his missiles through voice command by uttering the words bang. He succeeded his mission as an undercover agent by revealing to Destro and Baroness that it wasn't the imposter Cobra Commander, Fred 7, but indeed the real Cobra Commander that attacked Castle Destro. Metalhead's first G.I. Joe action figure was released back in 1990. Alright, so this is the default head you get straight out of the box here, and it does look like Metalhead. He's got some very thick eyebrows, but it's a pretty decent head sculpt. It's hard to see his goatee right there because that neck guard on his vest is kind of blocking it, but as you can see, yeah, it's a pretty cool goatee. I like that they even tattooed the teardrop right there next to his eye. That's pretty dope. I do like that. Yeah, I like the hairdo and all that. He's got this armored guard on his vest that says Cold Slither, and man, that episode cracks me up. So I wonder if they're hinting at a possible San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set of Cold Slither. I'm down for that. I would definitely get that. And he's got some markings right there, the X's and such. Some nice weathering right there too. You see it's kind of like scratched up. Some nice metallic paint details right there. So that's pretty cool. His vest is nicely detailed with, yeah, nice sculpt all around it. You got his sheath right there for his dagger. Some pouches. I like the back. I actually like how they painted the back here. It's got some nice paint in metallic silver. You even get some green right here. It's just such a shame it's going to be covered with his backpack, and the backpack doesn't have really any paint details. So yeah, it sucks when nice paint details have to be hidden. I like how his left shoulder has the Destro logo painted in a nice metallic gold. That looks really, really sweet. You see a dagger or sword going through the Destro mask. That looks so tough, man. But I think this is an all-new sculpt, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I went through a lot of my Joes and didn't find this sculpt, this buck, so I'm assuming it's an all-new sculpt, and it looks pretty good too. So all new legs right there. Colors we get here with the red and the grays, even the lighter gray shaded. This is the only thing that bugs me is, man, the thigh straps right here. You got these pegs sticking out, and I get it's to attach his missile launchers to them, but I just think it looks goofy as hell, and I just wish they found another way to do this kind of system. But like, after playing with it, and you'll see when I get to accessories once I cover it, you know, when you don't have him with his backpack on, my point is that this just looks goofy, you know, unless you want to remove the thigh straps, you have that option. And again, really nice sculpt here, some nice details, nice wrinkles on the pants, and I really like the boots too. I know these are newly sculpted for sure. These are definitely Metalhead's boots. I'll be surprised if these were reused before. Again, with the impressive sculpt, it just continues. But despite these pegs sticking out, I still think he looks good. I like that he's an all-new sculpt. I think the only thing reused are his hands right here. But everything else, I mean, that's the one thing I love about the Joe line. A lot of these characters have all new sculpts. Even when they're reused, they still look brand new because it's not played to death like Marvel Legends Bucky Cap. So yeah, again, great details. I really like this vest. There's just a lot of good details on it. And you even get that com right there. I missed that before. That's nice. And I really like the back piece sculpted right here. Not to kick off accessories, but one of many accessories. This guy is stacked. He does have interchangeable pieces for his head, and this always cracks me up when G.I. Joe does this. It always looks so weird. He's got this interchangeable helmet, which is new. He never had this, and I remember, I think Lenny said in one of the live streams when he was revealed, they wanted to play to his metalhead persona and give him something, you know, that he would wear that looks insane. So he's got some you know, heavy metal inspired stuff, like you see the spikes on his helmet, a buzzsaw for a mohawk, which is pretty cool. Nice paint too. Look at that silver metallic paint. You get some red in there, and you get the yellow painted eyes. This just looks really cool. I did take a photo with this, and yeah, this looks really cool. I like new things like this, and I could totally see this character wearing something like this into battle. And the last one is the look that we all know from Metalhead, and that's his visor, and that looks really good. It's not a pain to, you know, slip on. Just make sure that his visor is sitting nicely on top of his nose. And yeah, this is Metalhead, man. And I like the windswept hair too. That looks good. So he's gonna look great in action poses. I do like the paintwork on the visor. Look at the crosshair there. That's nice. And then you get these techie line work also painted on there. I also noticed that the hairstyle is the same with the one that doesn't have the visor. So kind of wish they switched up the hairstyles there. He's got a dagger. You could just slip that right there into his sheath. He's got an AR and an SMG, and they both have removable mags, and they're painted in a nice red and black deco. Then the highlight accessory is right here, the missile backpack. This looks so freaking nice, and it has articulate hinges right there at the top. As you can see, it hinges right there, and it's on a ball joint, so you could rotate it or rock it around however you like. And there's also a bottom hinge right there, and you can also swivel it at the bottom too, so that is nice. Some nice sculpt work right there. Again, I wish it was painted, and like I said, this is gonna cover that nice paint on the back of his vest. But even nice sculpt work inside there too. That's nice. Right here you got these tubes connected to more missile launchers right there. These connect to his thighs, and you really get some nice metallic silver paint on top of the sculpt on all of these individual missile launchers. So that is really cool. And this is awesome right here. We get 6 missiles and 6 missile launching effects. And they're 3 different sizes. So you get the large ones right here, and you get the middle-sized ones, and then you get the smaller-sized ones. You get 4 missiles that are the same size with these, and then you get 2 big missiles right here that belong to the larger missile effects. Then to gear up Metalhead, pretty easy. Just follow the pattern right here. So you just connect this to the backpack. He's got 2 pegs sticking out of the back, and then 1 peg sticking out on this backpack. So you just kind of match it, and boom, right there. You take the missile launchers and you will plug them into the pegs like so. The missiles are marked to which side they go to. Like this one says L2, this one says R2, like the PlayStation controller. I don't find it to be necessary to put them on either side, like they're assigned side, I should say, because on either side they fit. The smaller missiles right over here. What I like to do, I put the larger missiles on the top and then the smaller missile on the bottom. You could do it however you like, and then you just make sure the tubes are connected here. And I will tell you that this does come off when trying to articulate the figure or move the figure around. You're trying to get certain poses, this will pop off. So I suggest getting the pose you want first and then plug this in. Also make sure that the curviest part of the tube is on the bottom, because that's where it's supposed to be laid out to connect to the thigh missiles. And now that he's fully decked out with all his missile launchers, oh man, this looks sick. This is awesome, man. And I love this freaking character. He cracked me up in the cartoons. And I never had the original Metalhead figure, the one with the red and the black. I had the version 2. I think that came out in 94 or whatever. I grew up in the 90s, so that's the one I had. He had like the purple, silver armor, and black. If they ever released that version, I would get it just for nostalgia purposes, but I've always loved Metalhead. He had that. He's a nut job, man, and I love that he just loves to blow shit up, and I love characters that love to blow shit up, like him, Firefly. I'm always a sucker for those kind of characters. And this looks absolutely insane. Insane like his personality. Bang, bang, man. Oh, that's so freaking awesome. Also having like pew pew sounds in my head. So anyone ever does that with their action figures, you know, you make the pew pew sounds. Yeah, that's me. So see, this is what I'm talking about. The ball joint sticking out of the thigh strap. So I get that it's for more to get more mobility out of it, you know, so you can rotate it how you like. I still think they should have maybe done it the other way with the peg attached to this and plug it into the thighs. Maybe that would have, no, maybe that wouldn't have looked good, because then he'll have a big hole in his thighs. I don't know, man. Maybe this was the right way to go about it, but maybe if they put holes in his thighs, we could have had swappable thigh pads maybe to cover the holes. But then again, we can have swappable thigh pads to, you know, not have one where it has the peg sticking out. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm overthinking things here, but regardless, this is how he should be displayed. I wouldn't display him another way. And this just looks so freaking sick, man. Yeah, as you can see, like these missile launchers right here, how it swivels, you can pivot it. I really had fun photographing this guy. He's just a ton of fun. Also, I forgot to mention, these missiles are removable, so you can just unplug them like so. But you cannot put the little missile into the larger missile effect, so you can fit the big one on the little one if you like, but it's just gonna slide off. But as you can see, it's staying put. And also, just so that you know, these top missiles right here are removable as well. Now for articulation, his head is on that double ball peg neck system, so his head looks about that far up, not that much because of the hair. He looks about that far down and moves left, right. He's got some nice pivoting too, and it rocks around. His arms move about that far up, slightly higher than a T-pose, and you can move it up and down. Butterfly joints are actually pretty good. I like it. And you got the bicep swivel. You got the double jointed pinless elbows, and you get some really good range there. Wrist hinge, horizontal hinge on the left hand, and you get the vertical hinge on the right. And then his ab crunch moves about that far forward and that far back, so really good. And you get the waist swivel. However, the ball joint at the waist is not good. You really don't get any kind of pivoting. I really hope going forward that G.I. Joe doesn't limit or cut any articulation out, because that would really bum me out. I always say, why make a ball peg when you can't utilize it? So that is probably the biggest disappointment for me regarding this figure. And then he's got the drop down leg mechanics here. He does kick up about that high, kicks that far back. He could get that frontward split. And then he's got some good motion around his legs to rock around. You got the thigh swivel right there. And then double jointed knees, really good. No heel to the metalhead butt. And then his calf swivel right there. Ankles move up that far, down pretty good too, and it rocks all around. Now for some comparisons, here is Metalhead next to some of the first G.I. Joes he's ever encountered, Rock and Roll and Dusty. Here is Metalhead next to the Dreadnought, Zartan, Buzzer, and Ripper. I'm so down for the Dreadnoughts to be packed in a Cold Slither box set. If they include the musical instruments, then that would be the cherry on top. For those of you who don't know, Cold Slither is a song performed by the Dreadnoughts in the G.I. Joe cartoon when they tried to mind control citizens with their rock band. I can't believe they tried to do that. Lastly, here is Metalhead next to the man who hired him to be a part of his Iron Grenadiers, Destro, and also here is Baroness from the Crimson Strike team pack. And now to wrap things up, my final rating is an 8.75 out of 10. This Metalhead figure is awesome, period. This is reminding me of the Marvel Legends War Machine figure with all those missiles and effects all over the place. It's like holding an action scene happening in your hands. I love this character because of his explosiveness. I know some older Joe fans don't find him as their cup of tea, and that's fine. But again, I grew up in the 90s and he was one of those wacky characters that stood out to me. This figure is pretty much what I wanted in a Metalhead, and it was the right call to make him a deluxe because of his heavy arsenal. My only disappointment stems from having limitations around the waist, as it needed more range, and I'm still conflicted with the pegs sticking out of the thigh straps. I know why it's there, and I know he's meant to be displayed with the missile backpack on, but it's just still an eyesore. I wish the tubes were a better pliable material that stood plugged into so they're not popping off all the time. Everything else is spot on with the sculpt, paint, and details. The accessories are king here, and I love all the interchangeable head options. I'm so ready for all the Iron Grenadiers. I need them all now, and the WWE fan in me can't help myself, as I'll easily take a Rowdy Roddy Piper in Classified any day to have a full team completion of the Iron Grenadiers. This Metalhead figure is a strong way to kick off that faction. I have high hopes for the rest. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of this deluxe Metalhead figure? Which Iron Grenadier do you want most in the line? And are you looking to complete that faction? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another G.I. Joe Classified series review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.